it's Ashley here from Paper and Twine, and it is day 22 of Vlogmas. I've been busy, but I don't seem to have achieved very much. It is just gone 1:30. We've got Leibkuchen in the coffee shop today. Give Barry your order. I've got one of those beanies, the caramel biscuit coffee, because I thought I need to drink it seeing as I bought it. I've only had one. And I don't normally add milk, but I've added a splash of milk. I have to say it's not one of their best. Anyway, I have been busy. As I say, I don't seem to have done much. My friend Katie came for a coffee. Here's a little glimpse of Katie. She said that she'd like to be in today's vlog.
Now.
Yeah,
Merry
do it now.
Christmas.
This is my friend Katie.
Hello.
We've decided to stay in for coffee. So we've got coffee, knitting, and we've got Leibkuchen. Post has arrived. We've got lots of post. I've just shown my address there. I'll have to blur that out. I'm not opening my cards. We have a tradition in this family. We open our cards on Christmas Eve. So I'll show you my cards in the new year.
Bar humbug.
Bar humbug. There's Katie.
Merry
There's
Christmas.
Blue. It is mad at Paper and Twine Towers. We've got stuff everywhere in the middle of like sorting out and cleaning and all that kind of stuff. I've started cooking, which you might see later on.
Smells so good.
I will be back later with the yarn advents anyway. And there is the Paper and Twine bar. I'll give you a close up of that later.
It looks really good.
See you in a bit.
Bye.
So I'm sure Katie won't mind me saying she is as mad as a box of frogs, but she's great fun, and it was lovely to have a catch up with her. It's been like Piccadilly Circus here today. We've had about 5 deliveries, and here is a really unexpected gift, and a glimpse of our bar for Christmas. So this lovely gift has just arrived from a very dear friend. We weren't expecting anything, and it's come in this gorgeous box. On the outside box it tells us who it's from, and there's a little thing that says TTNYR, which is short for This Time Next Year, Rodney, which for UK viewers will know about Only Fools and Horses. They say this time next year, Rodney, we'll be millionaires. Let's hope. No, don't want to be a millionaire, but we have got this lovely port and Stilton case, and we've got a bottle of the Society's port. If you like wine, the Wine Society is a brilliant thing to join. I am a member. My father's been a member for many years. It's free to join, but you get very good deals on wine, very good wine. We've got a blue Stilton wedge, Miller's Toasts Cranberry and Raisin, and Olive Branch Sweet Olive Fig and Almond Relish. So it's come very well packaged. Beautiful box. I should be keeping for something maybe. We've got this. Oh, blue's up to no good. We've got this to keep the, I presume this is the Stilton in here, in this Space Age bag. Difficult trying to do it one-handed. Should have done you top down, shouldn't I? I'm stuck. Oh. That is a wedge. I do like a bit of blue cheese. And then we've got cranberry and raisin toasts, which look lovely. Very nice. And we've got the Olive Branch Sweet Olive Fig and Almond Relish. Perfect for cheese. It's won an award. It's so cold because it's had that ice pack around it. And then we have a bottle of the Society's port. How lovely is that? And actually we don't have any port in our bar. Let's take it over to the bar and I'll talk you through what we have got in our bar. I will rearrange everything nicely in a minute. But Molly is into making cocktails, so we have got a lot of stuff here for making cocktails. We are not going to drink all this, please do not worry. Yes, we've just got a range of things that will hopefully last us quite a long time. We've got some vermouth, some vodka, some raspberry and thyme gin. We've got some Roku Japanese gin that we've heard very good things about from multiple sources. Some bourbon, some Jura, I don't know if it's a single malt or it's a blend. Oh yes, a single malt whiskey. Southern Comfort, Famous Grouse. We've got this Frangelico. I think this is a hazelnut liqueur. Yes, I think that is the hazelnut liqueur. We have got some ginger wine, tequila. Look at the little hat on the tequila. Sorry, you're getting shadows. This is a honey liqueur, I believe. Oh no, it's a tequila blanco. I thought it was honey. So we've got oh yes, it is honey liqueur. Sorry. Cointreau. I use Cointreau in cooking. You've seen me do my white chocolate truffles. Limoncello, which we do need to put in the fridge. Advocaat we have on Christmas pudding instead of custard. Baileys. Amaretto liqueur. Now this is lovely. Caroline, who is Mrs. M here on YouTube, put me onto this last year. Black Cow Christmas vodka. It is very plummy. It's a little bit like port. We've got some Vinsanto, which we're going to use in some amaretto biscuits. Chocolate liqueur for chocolate martinis. We've got our gin liqueur here, which is spiced sugar plum. And then we've got makings. So we've got various things like Angostura bitters, sugar syrup, grenadine, cocktail cherries, cocktail gherkins, and some more bitters there. And the port. So yeah, lovely. Blue is sitting in a box. Hello, Blue. Hello. She's just knocked something off the table. I don't know what it was, and it's gone scooting under the washing machine. So we need to go and sort that out. So as I say, we're not going to drink anywhere near all of that. But yes, I have got grown-up children who do like a drink. They take after their mother and father. And we have got a house full of, you know, young adults. So who knows what will be left. And we're going to experiment with some cocktails. My father-in-law used to make a really mean Manhattan, which we always had Christmas Eve before dinner. Sadly, they won't be joining us for Christmas, but we're going to pop and see them Christmas Eve. And I've been cooking. I'm still cooking. By the time this goes up, I will hopefully have finished cooking. I'm getting ahead with our Christmas Eve dinner, and I'll slot that in for you now, because I know some of you do like a bit of cooking. So I am going to get ahead with dinner for Christmas Eve. I am doing a casserole. In previous years, we've had all kinds of things, but over the last, I don't know, maybe 6 or 7 years, we have had venison sausage casserole, which has been cooked by my mother-in-law. They didn't come to us last Christmas for obvious reasons, and I don't think they came the year before, but my mother-in-law used to cook this at home and bring it with her on the day, and I'm going to carry on that tradition. Sadly, couldn't get venison sausages in the supermarkets. You can buy them online, but they're very expensive. So I'll show you what I've got. So the recipe I'm following is this venison sausages braised in red wine recipe from Delia Smith's Winter Collection. It is a very old book, and you can see by the usage on the page, this was a very, very favourite recipe. I used to cook this probably 20 years ago or more. And we have got these sausages to try with hints of honey and lemon. Surrey premium pork sausages. We've got these in Sainsbury's. So let's get cooking. I've got a good glug of oil heating up in this very large pan. I don't think I will need a pan this big, but I'm starting off with this, and then once it's all finished and I see what the proportions are, I can perhaps decant it into something smaller to fit in the fridge. These sausages look really meaty and rich and dark in colour, which is what I like to see, not anemic. And I've looked on the label, they're 82% meat. I've got a plate handy to transfer them onto. We're not cooking them, we're just browning them for colour. So I'm going to just place them in the oil. And I'm not going to overcrowd the pan. I'm going to use my fingers and then wash my hands, it's easier. Hands were made before utensils, weren't they? So it looks like I'm going to be able to get 8 in at a time. Maybe 9, yeah, if you do 9, that's perfect. So we're just going to leave these to cook gently. While they're browning away, we can get on with peeling and chopping our shallots. I would have liked smaller shallots, but we could only get these banana shallots. So I've removed the sausages from the pan. You can see I browned some more than others and they're not evenly browned. Doesn't really matter, they're going to take on different colour anyway when they've been braised. Gosh, I sounded really brummy then. In here I have got about 400 grams of pancetta and about the same of shallots, and we're just browning those. And I've got some garlic peeled ready to crush. I've got 4 kind of medium-sized cloves, so I'm going to crush that and add it in. So although the casserole was quite dry when I took the sausages out, I didn't add any extra fat because you can see the pancetta has released quite a lot of fat, which is flavour. And I'm steaming up, sorry. What we're going to add now is 2 dessert spoons of juniper berries, and I've just lightly crushed them in my pestle and mortar, which is very, very old. So they're going to go in to release their lovely flavour and scent. And we will add the sausages and the next ingredient. Sorry if I'm fogging you up. So I've added about 550 millilitres of a good robust red wine, 4 fresh bay leaves. I should have used fresh thyme but couldn't get any, so I've just put some dried thyme in for now, and when I reheat this I'll see if I can have got fresh thyme by then. And I've seasoned lightly with salt and pepper. A lid is going to go on, and we're going to put this on the lowest heat possible for 30 minutes. So the casserole has had its 30 minutes, and all I need to do now, I've added about 350 or so grams of baby chestnut mushrooms, and I'm going to cook this for a further 20 minutes without the lid on. So the 20 minutes is up, and what I'm going to do now is use a slotted spoon to transfer the vegetables and the sausages just into here. I'm going to remove the bay leaves because we just want the flavour of the bay leaves. If you actually eat a bay leaf, it is poisonous. The flavour's fine, but the actual leaf, don't eat them. So yes, we're going to transfer, and then we're going to thicken up the sauce, and I'll show you how in a minute. So we've got most of the vegetables out, a few mushrooms still left in there, and what we're going to do now is thicken the sauce. And what I've got here is about 50 grams of butter softened, and into that I have stirred 2 very heaped teaspoons of plain flour, and 2 not so heaped teaspoons of mustard powder, and we're going to whisk this into our sauce bit by bit. So you can see the sauce has thickened somewhat and has taken on a real glossy sheen. That will be from the butter. And we've just got one final ingredient to add, and that is about 2 tablespoons or so of red currant jelly. So I'm just going to whisk it in to the sauce. Red currant jelly goes very nicely with game. Obviously we should be using venison sausages, but we couldn't get them. And you can see this sauce is continuing to thicken up really nicely. And what we're going to do, I think just for space sake in the fridge, I'm going to tip this into here and put this in the fridge, and then when I come to reheat it on Christmas Eve, I shall put it on a low heat in the oven, and I'll probably serve it. I think you've seen on some of my other cooking videos, I'll probably serve it in my shallow aubergine le creuset. I think that's what I'm going to do. And in the past I've served this with pesto mashed potato, so it's simply mashed potato with green pesto stirred into it. My mother-in-law used to make kind of like a potato puree, but I think because we're going to be having a lot of potato on Christmas Day, we're going to have cheesy mashed potato, we're going to have roast potatoes and roast parsnips, we're going to have pasta. I've got cassarece pasta to have with this, and I might serve some green vegetables alongside, like some broccoli or something, we'll see. So that is it, my friends, and back to the vlog. I've nipped round to the neighbours, our immediate neighbours, and delivered some homemade presents wrapped up and cards, so that's one less thing to worry about. I've still got a lot of wrapping to do. I think that is going to be my major job for today. I'm worrying about the cleaning. Katie said not to worry about it. She said the house looked fine, but I know it's a bit grubby around the edges. You know, it will need a hoover and a mop. I need to do things like the doors and skirting boards and the light switches and window sills, all those kinds of things. Yeah, yeah, but I don't want to do it. But yeah, I'd rather sit and craft. That's the truth of it. Anyway, I won't keep you long, she says. Should we do Penmas? Let's do Penmas. Looks interesting today. Let's have it the right way up. Still upside down. Never mind. Let's see what we have today. I'm going to get my cosy comfies on after this because I'm not going out. We're having chicken stuffed with baby bell cheese, wrapped in prosciutto, cooked in the oven for tea, and with roast new potatoes and salad, just a simple rocket salad and cherry tomatoes. That's what we're having for tea. Dead easy. And yeah, I forgot what I was saying. This is today's Penmas monograph clear colour. Not quite sure what that is. It looks very interesting indeed. It is a 0.5 millimetre. It's all in languages I don't understand, but there are some pictures, so hopefully hopefully we can make sense of it. Oh, just dropped it on the floor. In my lap, I should say. Oh, I think it's a pencil. Yes, it is. It's a pencil. I do like a propelling pencil very much. So that is nice. Can you push it back down? Yes, you can. That's good. And it looks like these are the spare leads for it. It's a nice little package, isn't it? That's nice. Thank you, Penmas. What to do next? We always do elderflower stitches before Sherry Iris, don't we? Let's do Sherry Iris today and do the story. Let's have a look. Oh, I don't know whether I can tell you. No, I better not tell you. I've got some exciting news. I'll tell you later. I'll tell you another day because you've already been here a lot today. I've got this lovely mustard colour bag today. I am definitely going to save my pennies for the Sherry Iris Advent next year. I found a lovely little YouTube channel as well. If I can remember her name, I'll link it down below. She's a knitter. She's in America. And she has started knitting the northeasterly blanket that I talked about the other day. And she's got a video. I'll link that video because it should be in my history. She's talking about the advents that she is unwrapping and what she's going to make with her advents. Yes, that's really interesting. For me it is anyway. So it's given me some ideas. And she's designed a couple of patterns. I discovered her on Ravelry. I put yarn advents in Ravelry and it came up with some things. So today's little excerpt is called Home Sweet Home. It says, the snow still lay thick on the ground, but a thaw was definitely underway and Arthur had made the decision that it was safe to make the trip back to Foxglove. It was still a treacherous journey for our animals, and transport for those for whom the journey was too difficult and poor had been hastily arranged by Arthur. He held aloft a long list that he was making his way through methodically. Goodbyes were once again spoken, paws shaken, and return visits promised. Little food parcels went with every animal. We all know the importance of a snack on a journey, don't we? Arthur hopped around outside in the stable yard, keeping a lookout, and signalled to Freddie, "Next!" Freddie ushered a group forwards. Bessie and Benny bustled out with their three little ones, hopping furiously to keep up. Copperfield suddenly gasped and stood rigid to the spot, unable to move his little legs. There in front of him stood a deer, gently pawing on the ground. Their transport back to Foxglove. "Jump up now, quick about it," called Arthur. As hooves disappeared gracefully down towards the lake, Arthur ticked the Dickens family off for his list and flew back. "Next," he called. Eric the sheep ambled around, ready to take his passengers, and so it continued. Freddie and Arthur worked their way through a very long list, and gradually, group by group, the animals were on their way. The animals of Drewston grouped around a fire that evening and declared how very quiet it all seemed without their friends there. Back in Foxglove Wood, such a chatty and very tired group of animals you never did see. So we've only got 2 more instalments of the story left. Hearing about the deer there reminded me of when we first moved to Rugby. Shall I tell you now? Oh, it's already going to be a long Vlogmas today. I'll keep it short tomorrow because I'm busy. So yeah, I promise I'll keep it short tomorrow. But we moved to Rugby from Handsworth in Birmingham, which is a real multicultural, very busy area of Birmingham. And we didn't have any parking. We had to park on the street. which was problematic because there were parking restrictions from 8 o'clock in the morning till I think it was 6 o'clock, 6 days a week. So on a Saturday when you wanted to lie in, you had to get up early and move your car. Anyway, we moved from a very urban environment to a very semi-rural environment. The house that we used to live in, we rented because at the time we both had houses that we couldn't sell. They were in negative equity. Do you remember those days? And Pete rented his out. Mine stayed empty. But yeah, we rented this wonderful big farmhouse in an acre of land. There was a farm next door, very rural. And the landlord said, don't be worried if the security lights keep going off, it'll just be the rabbits. And I loved it. We had loads of rabbits in our garden. They ate everything I planted. But it was lovely seeing the rabbits. And one day we did have a munkjack deer, a little deer, come in the back garden. Oh, it was so lovely. We had such happy times there. Sadly, we couldn't afford to buy the house. It's now a cosmetic surgery place. It's massive. I mean, it was a big house, much bigger than where we live now. The landlord sold it, and the person who bought it redeveloped it because it was like it had been built around about 1910, something like that. And the person he sold it to, the landlord, developed it and added a huge extension. So it's a really, really massive place. But then it's a cosmetic surgery place now. You go for like surgery, yeah. So anyway, yeah, I just thought I'd share that about the animals. I loved it. I remember one day I went to the market in town after work and I bought a load of wallflowers and cabbage plants, and it was kind of early autumn, and like in the twilight I was planting them, and I woke up the next morning and everything had been eaten. Everything I planted had been eaten. So yeah, never mind. Let's see what lusciousness we have in the advent today. Oh, so we've got pinks. I can't wait to lay these out and yeah, lay these out and see the colour fades with this, or how this isn't a colour fade as such, not like the elderflower stitches, but oh, that's lovely. Oh, it is so soft. I know I say that all the time. Let's pop you back in there so we don't get you mixed up. As I say, the only thing that I think would have made this advent better is if the yarns had been named like elderflower stitches, but so beautifully presented and such attention to detail. Oh, if I do, I've just seen what's in there. I'm not going to show you that. If I do an advent, a craft advent, I think that's what I want to do, is have real attention to detail. So it's not just about the craft project that you're making, but the experience of opening it. I want it to be sensory. Yeah, so, and to have everything beautifully presented. So I've got lots of little ideas mulling around in my noggin. And a couple of people did say that they would be interested in a craft advent. So if you didn't see that Vlogmas or skipped through that bit, let me know what you think about a craft advent, a paper crafting advent, with projects and links to a tutorial. We have a Cadbury's Roses chocolate, which goes, oh my word, I think this is my favourite one so far. That is just beautiful. Let me put it against the white. Look at that. Love it, love it, love it. And this one is called Save Me a Strawberry Dream. I do like the strawberry creams. I do like those, and the orange creams. I always go for those first. Look at it, love it, love it, love it. Oh, I'm so in, oh, yes, I like it. And I can't wait to start my northeasterly blanket, or throw. I'm gonna, yeah, throw. And it looks like it's easily adaptable to make it any size. Yeah, the ball ache is going to be winding all these up into little balls. But I've wittered on far too long. I'll be back tomorrow. Bye everybody.